Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 11 of calisthenics endurance. Another 10 kilometers has been completed, and well, it was a slow one, but I think I'm gonna be doing something like, a 2 times a week speed session where I kind of strengthen my legs, and all of the other sessions are basically just to improve my endurance because in the end, endurance is what I need in order to run the Shimanami cycling road, the 70-kilometer road in Japan, which I wanna run in March, right? But aside from the endurance aspect, it's good to do some strengthening as well. And I think running is strengthening too. So 2 times a week, I think I'll be having a bit of a speed session. But if everything goes okay, that's gonna be either tomorrow or the day after. But anyway, when it comes to the calisthenics endurance, a question that you might be having at the moment is like, Timmy, why aren't you cutting? And that's a good question, right? Because I've been trying everything in my power to eat as much food as possible to not lose weight, and although I'm not succeeding completely, I did lose a little bit. I'm like 74 and a half at the moment. I'm trying not to lose weight at all cost, and that is not because it would be like a disadvantage for running or calisthenics, right? In fact, with bodyweight training, the lighter you are, relatively more stronger that you're gonna be in that sport, right? If you're lighter, you're gonna be more easily able to do a planche. If you're lighter, you're gonna be able to run faster and further. So why don't I wanna cut? Well, basically it's because for me, I follow one training principle, and that's the Master Roshi training principle from Dragon Ball, which is, work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty. And I feel like, just holding on to those four principles is what has made me way stronger in the past year during the bulk. Of course, right, there are some other details as well that you have to pay attention to, but especially the eating well and the sleeping well part has prevented me from really like badly getting injured unless I do some stupid stuff like 1 rep max deadlift, right? But like in usual training, like I don't get injured as often as I used to because right now I'm always eating enough calories, and calories are basically the energy that you need for your training and especially to recover from it. So I feel like, for me, my goal is not like one particular tournament or something like where I have to, be as light as possible to spam planches, or one particular running like event where I want to go as fast as possible. At the moment, I just want to, I'm a beginner, right? I'm a beginner in the calisthenics endurance, and I want to just become as strong as possible. I want to have like the most capable body possible. And if I start dieting, right, I might get some temporary gains, but there's a limit to it. There's a limit to how skinny I can get, and I'm not even fat, right? So why should I, try to diet, try to get more lean, try to get lighter, and basically have less energy throughout the day, but also less energy to train in the first place and be more prone to injury. That's why I don't cut, but I'm not saying the cut is bad, of course. Like, if you are overweight and you have a high body fat percentage, of course, in the beginning, it's going to be better to, shed some of that weight until you're at like a healthy norm. But once you get there, I feel like there is, you know, not always like that much of a point in cutting, because why do you want to get cut? You want to get cut because you want to have abs? Like, sure, it's fun, I guess, but does it really matter? Like, what's the most fun, having abs or just having energy throughout the day and being able to do a bunch of cool stuff with your body, right? Being able to be like strong and fast and endurance, all of these things, right? So that's for me more important, and that's why I am not gonna cut. I never, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna cut, but I don't foresee any cutting in the near future. In fact, I am looking for ways on how I can eat more. So if you have tips, please give them to me. But yeah, anyway, it's gonna be another skill day. Yesterday, I did some presses, like 4 presses in one set as well, which was the first time in a while. It's by no means a personal record, but definitely getting stronger again. And well, the injury on my side here is getting better too. Today in the warm-up, I was able to do a normal pull-up, which was impossible until now. So looks like I'll be having some fun today in the skill training. Perhaps try some new things, perhaps try some push-ups for the first time in a while in the planche, but we'll see what happens. Whew. The planche is feeling a bit weaker today, but we'll get some useful sets in anyway. I'll just try some new things. I think I can try the push-up today. My side is really feeling better, so let's go. First, a front lever though. That feels rusty. Feels okay though. Fucking hell. Alright, so the planche is feeling weak as hell today. The Christmas turkey might have something to do with it, but anyway, this is set number 4. I'm gonna try some presses to check how it feels, and then basically, based on this, I'm gonna determine how my finisher sets or the second half of this workout will look like, but let's go. Alright. Feels weak as shit. Alright. This feels better than on set number 1. That's a good thing. Alright, planche was feeling weak, so now I have some weight on my feet, which it doesn't sound logical, does it? But I was thinking to myself like, hey, I'm feeling weak, I might as well just do some hold sets on the end of this workout. And when I figured what I wanted to do for the hold sets, I was thinking to myself, well, one of the previous training, I did a 2 kilo hold and I got like 4 seconds, so why don't I try to get 5 today? So let's go. Alright. That was a tough one. Oftentimes, when you have something to beat in your mind, when you have something that you want to surpass, you're gonna be able to push yourself further. So I might have given out earlier if I didn't have the reference of last time, but the good thing about having memory is that you can basically use it as a reference, right? Because the goal of training is to just be a little bit stronger than last time. So if you compare yourself to the previous time, you can gradually, build up from there. When you try something completely new, oftentimes, you don't really know how it feels to be tired in that specific situation yet. And so your body starts to become tired and you immediately start telling yourself like, oh, I'm tired. Probably I'm gonna be done in a couple seconds, but when you do the same exact sets for a couple times, you will realize that you can actually push yourself way further than you originally expected. So, 9 Nothing special here today, you know, just 5 seconds of hold, but nonetheless, it was a good sit, and this is how you get stronger. Alright. That was quite a difficult sit, but not too much pain, so again, things are definitely heading in the right direction. Alright. Whew. Alright, so this last sit is definitely more just for the fact that I will be able to tell myself that I did a full front lever workout with 8 sits, but it's not always necessarily better to do more, especially when it comes to skill training, but I'll explain that after this last sit. Alright, so that's gonna be it for today's training, and I'm very happy with the fact that I was able to do a full front lever workout, 8 sits, without too much pain, to be honest. But let's also be honest, I did a bit too much today, you know. Not from a pain perspective, I didn't push through pain, but rather just from a general volume perspective, because if you noticed on those last sits, 7 seconds full planche, 10 seconds front lever, which was hard, and then 4 seconds full planche. Mind you, those 2 full planches were basically max hold, and then another 10-second hold on the front lever. And you might be thinking to yourself like, oh, I wish I could do 7 seconds of full planche, right? Maybe you're still trying to unlock it, but the point is that when you're trying to do frequent training in skills, you kind of have to draw back on the volume. I heard somewhere, I think it was a video from Dr. Yaad, I'll put his name on the screen, where basically he's discussing with another athlete that when you are doing frequent training, you should only push yourself to the point that you still have 60 to 70% of your capability left. And when you start out doing that sort of training, you're gonna reach your 60-70% in probably like 3 to 4 sets, because you're not used to the volume. But then you build it up, right? And even after 5, 6, 7 sets, you're able to do your 60 to 70%. And that's because you're getting used to the volume now, right? So then you can start training more, but in the beginning, it's important to hold back a little bit as well, because volume is important, yes, but you have to build it up gradually. Because, for example, today, I did my full 8 sets for the workout, but at the end of the workout, I didn't have 60-70% left of my power, you know. I had more so something like 25 or 30% left. And that's basically, you know, it's okay to do those trainings once in a while, but you also have to realize that if you do them, you have to properly recover from them as well. So tomorrow, I have a push endurance workout. The day after, I have, I think, a leg day combined with some skills workout, but in that skill workout, I'm not going to be able to push myself because I'm still recovering from this one. And that's something that's very important to realize, because when you think about, oh, I want to train with quality as frequently as possible, right? When you put yourself into a situation where you have to recover for 3 to 4 days, that's basically an entire window where you're not doing any quality trainings, and will basically taking away from the opportunities for your body to adapt to the movement that you're trying to learn. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today's training. Very happy with how it went nonetheless. I know from experience I'm gonna have to recover for a long time, but that's okay. I was able to do a decent training, right? There was some pain here and there, but it's a world of difference compared to yesterday already, and that's basically what I'm aiming for, right? So now it's time to rest up properly and basically wait anxiously, or not anxiously, wait in enthusiasm, or wait with full enthusiasm, I guess, for the next one, which I am definitely already looking forward to. But anyway, tomorrow will be tomorrow will be an intense push-up workout. We'll see how it goes, because I have another Christmas party tonight. But anyway, I'm gonna give it my all. That's something that I can say for sure. So I'll see you tomorrow. And now I'm just gonna have some, well, breakfast slash lunch. I told you in the beginning I'm trying to not lose any weight, and here I am sitting telling you guys that I basically didn't eat breakfast because it's noon, right? It's 12 o'clock, and I haven't eaten anything today except a banana and an orange. But if you have any tips, definitely let me know them. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.